Welcome back. Today we're playing Victoria 3, and we are playing as the nameless face themselves, China. No, I don't know what's up with our name not being above our country. It, of course, is above our country here in Brazil and in Canada, but not above where our capital is. There's no China to be found. Currently, we're going for a world conquest. Last episode, we started going into Europe and trying to conquer all of Europe. We couldn't get through it. We had like a lot of revolutions, which unfortunately the game mechanics of this game currently do not allow you to declare multiple wars at once. This is really silly, and if we could declare multiple wars at once, this would be super easy, but we can't, so struggle bus on that front. Another thing that interesting that happened is last episode is we were actually able to get out of state religion, and the reason why is because we have a nihilist. Or we didn't have it. It wasn't because of the nihilist. It was because communists apparently like total separation of church and state. And so this is kind of how we got started. Then we got an event that got us a nihilist. So we will kind of be moving towards a more open society, which I thought we had just like bricked the egalitarian society tree, and apparently we can actually get through it, so this will be nice that we can potentially get egalitarian society. We've started moving that direction. We have a really illegitimate government right now. We're kind of waiting on the next election to make it legitimate. I think the reason why is kind of interesting. So this guy was not an ethno-nationalist before, and then the guy died, and now we have an ethno-nationalist, and so these guys won the election, the Tongmenghui party, but I believe they have significant discord within the party because government ideology penalty. They have so much disagreement, or is this something different? So these guys, I think, disagree with each other a lot more now that one's become a nihilist and one's become an ethno-nationalist since the last election. I think this party almost certainly breaks up. This isn't going to be a party anymore. But I'm just reading through here. So are we illegitimate because our votes don't jive with the government ideology? Or is this just a flat negative? I think this is just a flat negative on legitimacy, where if you have universal suffrage or trade policy, we have, so if we hover over here, trade policy is 5, and then it has stuff that's not to do with trade. Taxation. We don't want wage subsidies, although I guess we could switch over. Interesting. I'm just trying to... So they've been, like, changing how clout works quite a lot recently. And we have the head of state in the government from the Forbidden City in Beijing. Our total clout is plus 17 from government clout plus times this from census suffrage. Total percentage of the votes, 46%. And then we have this huge government ideology penalty. I'm trying to figure out if it's because they don't disagree or they disagree with each other. So we have census suffrage, and they generally oppose this. I think that's because we have the, like, an ethno-state guy. And so, universal suffrage, they also, well, this is not distribution of power. Okay, wait. Protectionism, free trade. Yeah, no matter what, so the trade unionists want protectionism, the industrialists want free trade. They both want different tax systems. Yeah, I think it's just discord amongst themselves, which is not ideal. But they they got with each other initially because both leaders had ideologies that were similar, and now that's not the state of affairs, so kind of expecting that to change. Or maybe, yeah, I think this gets broken up. Look, just the Liberal Party by themselves is more legitimate. We could run a legitimate government like this, though, and get rid of some of the malice. Although then we would not be able to enact any laws, and we would get 17 million. I just want to wait until the next election, but that is some interesting stuff going on. But yeah, let's keep this construction queue going. Feed the beast. It is quite beastly. Let's see if we can focus where we have a lot of peasants first. Now, if I were to build in a lot of these places, like let's say Wisconsin, these are going to be a lot more profitable because the labor is cheaper. But what I want is for the people in Wisconsin to just migrate to these other places. And so that's one of the reasons I'm not building in Wisconsin. I want the labor in Wisconsin to be cheap. Alright. It's an unincorporated state, and it just is going to be cheaper because it's an unincorporated state, because you're not getting access to all of the institutions like Social Security and Workplace Safety Office, and so they're going to have a comparative advantage, and I don't want them to compete because I will not generate any revenue or taxes from the Wisconsin place unless I incorporate them, which I could incorporate a lot of places. Like, this would be reasonable for me to start incorporating a lot more of these territories than I currently am. I think the main reason we're not doing it right now is for like RP type reasons. Do we just hold up? Let's double check here. Well, let's do that. But also, are you subsidized? You are. Okay, cool. We'll auto expand you. I suppose we could go in and every single... So livestock is relatively profitable, and we can look for every single place that can build livestock but doesn't have it. We can just build one, and then set that to auto-expand. Because there's a lot of places that can do livestock but can't do anything else. Or this is a common type of thing. So... Ah, why you kick me out of my scroll, bro? You're harsh on my mellow. This way, almost every place will have something they can auto-expand. Chat is completed. And oh my god. Why are you scrolling me? I'm gonna pause so we can do this without getting scrolled by something. Don't want to pause. But, now, every single place is building livestock. So, we will switch over the PMs to exactly what we want on everywhere. We, of course, our PMs are, like, kind of messed up, but at the same time, it's not a big deal. And we will have them auto-expand. Okay. And it's messed up because we have places that are, places like Brittany, messing everything up. Okay, so we will start deleting, starting with the least profitable of these. A lot of these. Which they don't even have much employment anyways, if we take a look. So I think we could delete all of them, because they're not going to fire anyone. Except for the art one. Some people will get fired there. This is fully employed, but it's just 4K. This is fine. These are way more profitable, and everyone's working here. And we've puppeted Bavaria. Perfect. So, we are going left to right here, so next is Luxembourg. I'm sorry, sweet prince. Is Luxembourg its own state? Just tiny? Or is it part of the Rhineland? Curious how that works. Alright, let's make sure every place that can build a dye plantation has one. Let's make sure well, definitely every opium place does. And this should relieve us a little bit in terms of... Wait, why? We needed to start a war. Oh, wait, we started one. I'm confusing myself. Alright, that should be enough. I got so sad there for a second. I thought we had bricked a chance to have a war because someone declared like a play on us or whatever. Now this isn't like hyper optimized, but like I'm just trying to click stuff and do things, you know what I mean? Like it'd be best to build like cotton where we can't build any type of like luxury good, you know, where you can just get just the grain livestock cotton. These are the best places we just max out on cotton in those, but banana. We just want the automation to pick up as many things as possible. We should be probably playing with a mod that automates better. Did they back down? No, they didn't. Okay. And then we will fix all of our rural PMs at the same time we let all these auto-expand, all these new ones too. Sichuan doesn't have any. And we already did this. So now time to go in here, set all the auto-expand, and use all the PMs we want. Tractors, chemical ferts. Auto-expand, auto-expand, auto-expand. I think we want you, yeah, chemical ferts, tractors. Don't want to use the oil on those. Ferts, tractors. Okay, diesel pump on all you. Dynamite. Publicly traded. In theory, like, I wish it bifurcated incorporated states versus non-incorporated states, but it doesn't. We wanted condensing pump engines for you guys. The reason for this is I would actually like to use different PMs on incorporated states versus unincorporated states. Like, for example, Luxembourg backs down, ruining all of our all of what we were doing. We will just fix Luxembourg by hand, though. Of course, we actually have been keeping up the demand for engines quite a bit, which is something that's interesting. Definitely want to be running electric sawmills, hardwood, steam donkey, rail log carts. But like, for example, I would actually want my all my rural stuff in incorporated territories to use, I think, privately owned instead of publicly traded. Looks like our economy has recovered quite a bit from when we had decreased the welfare. Let's see, the unemployment had gotten in the 50, it's still 54 billion, so trying to decrease unemployment kind of more than anything. But, see, these doesn't have a lot of employment anyways. These have a lot of employment. We're going to stop subsidizing that. But the places that don't have any employment, we're just going to delete their manufacturing immediately. And then we will... you already have all the natural resources fully expanded? No, not yet. And we are going to subsidize this. And I think we're going to go electric, steel. Going to delete the barracks. And we want to declare another war. Going left to right. This lake throws me off. But I think it's Hanover. So I assume this is more than one state, so we will have to puppet them instead of annexing them. Yeah, it is. Oh, we can do return state on Hanover. That's funny. Is that because we have a... Must be because we have this port, treaty port, but we'll puppet them. And assume that they back down. You make an ass out of me and you, so we'll, I guess, mobilize some guys. Because we did have that one war in Germany pop off, which probably took another month or two because we did not mobilize everyone at the very start. That should be more than enough. This next is going to be Baden. We might straight up conquer. Alright, well let's fix the newly... well, we don't need to fix these newly acquired stuff. Like, honestly, not a big deal. To be super on top of everything, we can have a little bit of looseness. It's like less than 1%, I think, of like some of these buildings, you know, have the problem. I'm just building 10, I'm not kicking them to the front of the queue. I'm going to build another 10 in Sichuan. And the reason why is I don't need to be efficient anymore, I don't think. I don't know if this is incorporated or not. Let's take a look. It is... Punjab has, I think, plenty more arable land that they're not using, so we'll just add 5 to these. Don't know about this place, so I'll just add 1. Don't know about Ceylon. Don't know about here. Have to be a little bit more careful with unincorporated territories, because we don't want to overbuild the infrastructure. For whatever reason, the AI builds level 20 ports when they don't know what to build, which is a pretty big mistake, and then they just keep them at anchorages. Maybe that's the cheapest way to buy convoys, and so maybe that's actually kind of good on some level, but... Holstein sides with Hanover. I think if they get enough people siding with them, they tend to actually go for the war, so we're going to annex Holstein. Liberate Prussia, Mecklenburg, Sterlitz. These sites of things. Alright, we are not going to make the mistake of, I guess, not mobilizing at least a couple guys. Hanover backside. Cool. So now it's Baden. We'll just conquer them outright. I like how we have 15,000 fronts with them. That's like super cool. It's not. Our auto queue is kind of doing work, which is nice. Gonna continue to build clothes. What's unemployment look like? So if we scroll over here, and I think if we open this lens, the lag. That's what we get for scrolling over here. Some serious lag. Hopefully it doesn't lag the recording and just lags the Victoria, but our computer does not like this. So if we do this, we can see unemployment. See, like, look at the unemployment in some of these spots. 1.3 million. So I'm gonna click there, and we're gonna do a little bit of a investigatory thing, which I haven't really done too much this run. So, are there any places that are not fully employed? So like this place isn't fully employed, and you can't hire workers, but you are hiring workers, but not a lot. Not fully employed. Not like employed like at all. Are you using? So we switched them on to prioritize glass production because we are having problems getting glass cheaper, and we were running out of lead. Are we still running out of lead? Yeah, well, not as much. So maybe what we'll do here is not switch that one, but switch all over to bone china now. Which notice makes less glass. So we'll have 22,000 less glass, but a lot more porcelain, and we'll use a lot more dyes. Let's do that. We're gonna use baking powder in all these. But all the ones we want to be using baking powder are, so that's kind of whatever. Let's take another look. Yeah, so like a lot of these aren't hiring anyways. If we switch like to something like this, it uses less laborers, but we have cheaper labor available. Uses less laborers and is more profitable. I mean, we definitely don't need, we're already getting like max tech. We could try and increase our literacy rate to 100% for whatever reason. But even here, like not fully employed. So the question is like, how do we drive up the profitability? And I mean, these places are employing, like they're getting there. So migration attraction is low, like they're leaving here. Like if we take a look, oh, where are all these people going? What happened here? It's 47 due to 4.7 due to standard of living, and they're migrating to New York because it has Statue of Liberty and teeming shore. And state unemployment is multiplying. Okay, so the state unemployment is why the migration's terrible. Are they just all going to New York? No, New York's not good either. Where are they all going? They're just shuffling around their unemployment. But there's jobs available. Unemployment's starting to come down a little bit. I think it's our minimum wage, which we are about to hit the next level down. So we'll see how that changes, but also we're increasing Social Security. We're decreasing to 20% minimum wage. I think that combined, you have to really keep these like below 70% or at 70%. Like if you have 50% welfare, you can't go above here. And I think this creates more demand, Social Security, than the Workplace Safety Office. But it's like, how do we get you to work in these buildings? The answer is you're getting money right now, just not working. Quite a bit, actually. Maybe we have to decrease. We can't increase Social Security. But the thing is, we want the Social Security to drive consumption. Right? Because as people have more money, they consume more, which makes the businesses more profitable. But like the places where we have specifically encouraging manufacturing, these are doing great. In general. I guess it's time. All the arts academies are super profitable, so I guess it's time to do some of this action. We're gonna delete some stuff in Württemberg as well. If we just knew where it was. That's Frankfurt. That's a free city for now. My kingdom for understanding German geography better. I think it's supposed to be around here. Alright, I'm looking right at it. Okay. So do this and this and pay for the railroads, make them electric, and then we will come back and delete some more of the manufacturing. For now, let's delete this, and this will also not be very good. It'd be interesting to see if these are all just one state, or if it's like Germany is weird and they just have a whole ton of states. Because German things. Alright, we gotta deal with this though. So. Oop, are we still bolstering someone? I don't think we are. But we've been willing to get rid of consumption taxes for a while. Minus 28 is not too bad. We are encouraging manufacturing in a lot of spots though, so we could stop in some of them. I think we will. Or, why did that change? Okay, whatever. Oh, lagging. By zooming in, let's not do that. Politician died. Oh, that's a big deal. Because he was the leader. That's why this is shifting around. So we have this new guy who is, let's see. What is ideology? What he's about? He's a jingoist. Alright. Was hoping for a communist. So we're taking in less money, but it really doesn't matter. We have a gold reserve of 5.5 billion. And Social Security increased, so let's keep an eye on our welfare payments. And our unemployed. So they had raised a bit. Can you like back down quicker? Do you back down quicker if we activate everyone? Certainly costs us more money. But we don't really care about any of that. We are going to want to build more war machine places. Do we really just have only the 10 in Beijing? Well, we're going to kick this up to 51. For the max economies of scale bonus. More so than anything. It won't employ anywhere near that. But I do want to be able to swap to tanks kind of early. British Dixie interests. Could annex Great Britain at some point here. So welfare payments went up, went down, subsidies coming down. Are funding indefinitely these pipelines. Trying not to take on any pipelines that are more expensive, although maybe it doesn't matter too much. Government wages come down. That must mean standard of living came down a little bit. Kind of flattened out here. I mean, I think their standard of living just tanks when they can no longer run trade with us or whatever. Let's see about some infrastructure. Good oil-fired plant from Nat spread. Technology is irrelevant now. We don't have all of it, but it doesn't really matter. I suppose most things don't matter once you're this big. Like, we really don't have to keep up this construction, but here we are. I think we're gonna expand the opium, as we always do. Definitely overbuilt the opium, but the idea is we kind of always wanted to have it for the military, but we're never going to use that much opium in the military at this point. We're not expanding the military ever, 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 ever. Engines of Progress is activated. Oh, they're happy with us now. They haven't been for some time. Baden backs down. I wonder if this is still that illegitimate. Yeah, it is. Can't pass a law. Alright, Baden backs down. Who going left to right? I guess it's your time, Oldenburg. Your time has come. And let's switch some stuff over into Württemberg. Now, these should be relatively not profitable. Just gonna delete a couple of them. We're sorry, in Baden. That's not Württemberg. That's Württemberg. Yeah, you're employing a lot of people here. Do want to slowly wind down their stuff. I guess we don't like the government admins there. And we'll delete some of these. Oh, we haven't finished those. Well, we'll wait, I guess. Alright. It seems that they generally are not subsidizing this, so we'll sub it. Also switch to electric. Oh, it is electric. Our bad. And then we will max out this stuff. Yeah, man, they really hate subsidizing the railroads. And, like, it's so good. We're gonna up that 2 levels, or actually probably only need the 1. Considering we're gonna be deleting stuff as well. We'll just delete a little bit more stuff. The paper, which isn't very profitable anyways, and the class. And the clothes. Just taking care to not delete too much. We do eventually want to get there to deleting all of it, but for organizational more than min-maxing reasons. Standard living's coming back up. Unemployment is going down. And welfare payments have gone down quite a bit. And we are still going to be decreasing minimum wage some more. We could try and switch back off of workplace safety office to workers' protections. I really wish the minimum wage was separated from the other thing. I wonder if they updated it like recently to make it, to change how that one worked. Because we had significant problems in our Luxembourg run. As a result, no way this war goes through, right? Yeah. Hamburg. We'll add Conquer Hamburg. We don't want this war to pop off, but we do want him to back down sooner rather than later. We can enact public schools off of, oh, we canceled it because we thought it was bugged. Oh, no, wait, we can't enact anything right now because we're not legitimate. We really need to wait until the next election. When is the next election? Like, these guys shouldn't be in the party together, but they won the election. How do I tell when the next election is? Okay, the 17th, 20... Oh, it's like another year. God. I'm not going to swap over the PMs immediately. I mean, it doesn't matter what we research. I guess we can do carriers to make tanks cheaper by using whatever. By using planes on the carriers. We are running a shortage of this. Can we import it? No, because we're isolationists. Also because we are the market. I am the Senate. Alright. Trying to create jobs, but you people won't work anyways. Construction is only for stimulating our economy. It's like, yes, dear. Feeding the beast. Although this stuff is like actually kind of employs pretty well. Let's see if we have any rail problems just in Indonesia. Kind of the areas we don't normally look for it. I wish you could be more zoomed out for this. Oh, we don't have most of these islands. Problem is we have some of them. Ah, there we go. Found a whack-a-mole. That can't be right, because we built a bunch there. Yeah, that's the problem. Was not subsidizing. Maybe it's better to look at it like this. It actually probably is better. Just to see the market access. Are you gonna back down or what? Don't tell me you think this war is good. Oh, you have max gold reserves. Ugh. 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 Yeah, so, like, I want to change all my PMs. Actually, no. All the PMs in the home territories are already set, and then they're fine. And then it's just the territories in the newly acquired areas where I want to delete them anyways. Except this. I don't know what this is about. Little buggy thing. Like Wallonia, Württemberg, and Baden. I guess we'll just leave them alone. Maybe we shouldn't be deleting. I mean, it just makes it harder to manage the home areas, but I think the home areas are kind of just managed. So... looks like they back down here. And we continue on to the next war, left to right. Oh no. Little Waldeck. Now, why can't we conquer you? Because you're inside the South German Federation? Well, we don't like that. Because we'd really rather not puppet you. But also don't want to have to fire additional wars. I guess we'll do this guy now. Conquer Bremen. All these tiny little German countries. This election should be coming up soon-ish. Unemployment is dropping. We're still dropping this. like the dependent income and enfranchisement on this. Welfare payments are coming up. Like, we don't have wage subsidies. Which I think is the really bad one. Depending on how it's calculated. Oop, some lag. The classic. Alright. Seeing what's most profitable. Let's sort like this. Holstein again. Come on, guy. This might be profitable, but I don't know these places are even fully employing. I guess Beijing is, but... So Holstein, you just decided, here we gotta get rid of one of these edicts. I guess Guangxi is probably the least well developed, so we will cancel the decree. And add to the war goal here to conquer, especially Holstein. Don't know how to pronounce that. Alright, and let's take a look. Well, we gotta get this up and running. Tools were not that profitable. Electronics were, but we don't have a motor industry super profitable. Okay. I'm gonna take a pause in case we go to war with Brunswick. Or in case this war pops off, we'll conquer Brunswick as well. Which was Brunswick one of these? So the problem is we couldn't annex either of these because we're not adjacent to them, I suppose. And we don't want to just puppet them. And so we have to conquer the North German Federation first. But we don't want to do that because we want to make sure we get everyone puppeted. Or like, we'll come back to Europe for those two, I think. That's kind of how we're looking at it. But we will start moving people to France though, in case this actually pops off. Don't think they survive very long though, so I guess we can... Time to play a little whack-a-mole. I think Assam we might have maxed out their stuff, so we don't want to overbuild there. Delhi we're not worried about overbuilding yet. And we'll just keep adding 10 at these places. We'll just add 10 in areas we know are gonna pop off a little bit as well. Might as well try and make this micromanagement a little bit easier. Oh, we weren't zoomed in enough. Tragic. Why is it we could see the other ones? Oh, maybe we couldn't. Now we can see these. We don't want to scroll in and then lag it out. Is this war gonna pop off? Seriously? What is the future? Kind of getting close to our election. Thank God. This has been painful. I think welfare payments are up a little bit, but I think unemployment's up a little bit too. I think that'll change once we hit 20% minimum wage. If we go universal suffrage, we'll just like always be legitimate because we get legitimacy from votes, but we can't do it right now. So maybe we want to go universal suffrage when we're legitimate. I've been having a little problems. Why are you mad? A lot of it's being conquered by a foreign country. But more of it's being fired and having unfulfilled political demands and discrimination. Yeah, okay. Very nice. Ooh. That's neat. They have the shipyards throughput thing. Alright, let's give you these jobs. I'm not going to touch your industries for now. Probably going to need a rail though. At some point. Oh, we do want to declare another war. So, left to right, ignoring these two. I think Holstein is next, or Hamburg's next, I guess. Ooh, what is this? Okay, that's our play. Had no revolutions. Like, we didn't, like, we had a bunch last time, so this has been nice. Yeah, I don't want to puppet these guys just to annex them later. I'd rather just annex them in one more for Waldeck and Frankfurt, so... I also don't want to annex Germany when we might not get there. In terms of the amount of wars we need to declare, there's so many African countries that we need to annex. Congo is one of them. Do want to try and get a few of these this episode if we can. Like, even if we get Europe not end the episode. Depends on time, though. Who's coming back up? I wish there was better ways for us to inject. Well, so I want to inject money in the economy without causing unemployment. Unemployment's coming back down. I don't know the best way to do that. I guess maybe wage subsidies is the way to go, but that's like expensive. I think old age, but so welfare payments. Fraction of the normal wage at which hops receive welfare from the state. I want employed people to be paid more is kind of the thing. Alright. We can declare another war though. We will annex Holstein. And expect them to back down. This is all one state, or is this a new state? Oh, okay, it's part of this state. Is Luxembourg really their own, just like tiny little state? It is. It sucks for our Luxembourg run. I was hoping that if we take the Rhineland, it's like part of the same state, but I don't think that's the way this works. Maybe it's part of the Rhineland state, I'm not sure. Do want to make sure we don't run out of dyes, I guess. Where is the Windward Coast? This place has to have terrible infrastructure, right? No, they don't. They will though, so we'll add that. As part of us annexing Russia, we got that. You wanna just back down? How fearful are you? Oh, you have loans. Perfect. So I think we're going to do Eastern Europe this episode. Oh, we're not even unpaused. And then Western Europe next episode, except for Finland, who we have a truce with. It's taken us a while to slog through all these little German states. I kind of underestimated how many of them there were. Like 5 years to do this, which does not bode well for doing all this later. Trade unions are no longer powerful. And there we have it. We're starting to get revolutions against us. God. And this plus 75 bonus is so stupid. This is gonna break our ability to start wars for like pretty good amount of time. Which is why it's taking us so long. Finally we get our election going, and who is doing well? The Communist Party is doing pretty well. I think we want them to win. They have a lot of momentum. Well, the other party broke up. These guys want to join the Blue Shirt Society. I think we don't want to... And do you want to join the Social Democratic Party? But we get a legitimate government if we do this. But then we have to do this. But what happens if we do this? Now we have a legitimate enough... Wait, what? Okay, now we have a legitimate enough government to go for laws. So I think we switch to universal suffrage here. Just to kind of get the legitimacy. Socialist... okay. I think we kind of like that, because he has the... Yeah, he's a communist. Can't forget Greece. Guess we'll move that guy over. What is this? What? When did that happen? Alright, where do we have insufficient tax capacity? I mean, they'll need it eventually because they are going to attract more migrants, so there's a lot that they are behind. Alright. I guess we'll put more in the capital because the capital does have very efficient government bureaucracy things, because they get the bonus, because the skyscraper. Somehow we have 5 skyscrapers, which is not supposed to be allowed, but okay. Not too interested in exploiting that bug. Intentionally, so maybe we actually will build less there. I think they also have yeah, there's also 5 skyscrapers here. In theory, we should really be trying to build up here because they have the big bet, the extra throughput bonus. So let's just build 20 rails. They'll use them eventually. 30 rails. They'll use them eventually. And some of this action. Wow, those are all so profitable. Let's expand a bunch of them. I mean, it's like the most profitable industry. Still not staying ahead of construction, Q. Motors are still really popping off. Oh, I guess we gotta turn on the tanks at some point. Let's do that just here, though. We'll switch these to... Actually, we have to, like, make everything tanks for this to work out. Because when we do want to go to war, we want it to be faster, so... Oh, we can keep our mix of motorized and aerial. Cool. We want infiltrators, though, because they take places the fastest. And let's get rid of the military in some of the places we conquered. Baden and Württemberg. A little tempted to up these just to stimulate the economy. We're just paying 260,000 into a black hole. Yeah, let's do it. Let's pay 500,000. Who died? Oh, general, we don't care. We haven't needed a new general in forever. Oh my god. I hate how that works. Pops up right under anything. Over-enthusiastic partisans. Crack down on the Liberal Party. Holstein backs down. Fantastic. We do have to declare another war before our forced war pops. So I think left to right, it's still... here in the Danelands, but we are going to take a crack at getting the rest of this safe. Now, you are having some turmoil problems. We're building a railroad there. Is this one subsidized? It is. We can build another one, I guess. Our big bad general died. That's unfortunate, I guess. Maybe we will recruit a general. Yeah. Majority of our units are just standing by. What's your ideology? Social Democrat, moderate. I guess we'll take the Social Democrat. It's probably the most important feature on generals now. Actually, being offensive is still good. Yeah, the military is really powerful because we have so many generals that are armed forces. I think that's a big reason why their clout is kind of pushed. Alright, so what do we have to do here? Make sure the rails are subsidized. And we'll switch to electric. And we won't touch the PMs of the other stuff, I guess. South German secession. Don't like that. Industrial boom. We're still there. Where's the South German? Why are you guys getting mad? Oh, is it these ones down here in like Baden and stuff? Because I deleted a couple of your manufactories. Come on. I was just playing. I didn't mean it. Tools are starting to come up. Clothes are nice, so... These places can't really fully employ anyways. So in a large part, this is just driving up the consumption of like steel in our market, for example. What's used in the construction goods is just creating demand by building more buildings at this point. Which is fine. Let's take a look at the unemployment figures. So they are coming down, which is good. Population's growing steadily. We basically have zero migration attraction at this point. So we've already siphoned off pops from the rest of the world. It'd be really nice if this finished before the other war popped, but it's not going to. Hopefully the South German secession doesn't take too much of our time either. Didn't even delete that many buildings, and we gave them new jobs too. Yeah, it really is the deleting of the buildings, but we're giving them new jobs. They really hate getting fired, I guess. Why don't we kick a bunch of these to this top of the queue and hope this stops it? I mean, they got new jobs. Oh, maybe shouldn't have done some of these PMs. They're labor-saving PMs. Looks like they're gonna employ a little bit more people. Yeah, we're gonna get the secession first, I think. Before they can hire. Every week it's an extra 7.3%. Maybe it'll be slowed down enough. Gonna need a rail there. Or gonna need a couple. Police brutality, oh no. Can't have that. Can't tolerate that. Can't have police brutality. Could put in a consumption tax. Really don't need it though. Yeah, I mean, we don't need the money. We'll just hold on to the authority. Pass laws faster. Or... well, we can't violently suppress them. Can we use emergency relief? I don't think they're getting any welfare payments, so increasing them by 50% ought not to do anything, right? I don't think this does anything, because they're not receiving our welfare institutions, because they're not incorporated. We back down. We, of course, can't start a new play because of this silly revolution in Kiva. Can't delete the barracks. Can't delete anything because they're part of a potential secession. I guess. Yeah, this decree doesn't do anything. I'm going to get rid of it. suppose I could encourage manufacturing there, or do road maintenance here. Because currently they're having an infrastructure problem, right? So that should give people more jobs because it makes all the buildings more profitable. Which will decrease this a little bit, I think. I mean, I think it's probably too late to stop it, the rev, but we'd really rather they not. Do we have... Yeah, you're gonna be fine once this goes through. Oh, we can switch away from... I forgot, since we became semi-secular. What am I doing? I could switch to free churches. Swap all these PMs over. Does this have the academics and the capitalists? Now we can do a secular academia as well. Well, these extra jobs are about to finish here. A whole bunch of them. Don't think they'll be able to employ fast enough. Oh well. We're already embroiled in this war for a little bit anyways. Hopefully we can finish this war, declare another war before this war pops. Switching to Italy now, I think, or we still got to do this, but we'll go here and then here, here, and here. Actually, it's been a super long episode already. I'm gonna call it an episode here. We have almost conquered all of Eastern Europe. Just got a few little specks left. Kind of wanted to get through them, but it's like one war for each of these like tiny, not even a full state guys, and so it's like a little bit rough. We might just not have another war here, but yeah, we've been really stymied by the revolutions as well, continuing on, because we can only, like, while this revolution's brewing, we can't start a new war, and we can't annex people. It's kind of frustrating the way this mechanic works. It's also like not our war. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe if you've been sitting a while, which you have if you've watched this cover to cover. Maybe take a walk, get up, move your legs, this sort of thing, and have a good day.